Hi everyone and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto, the #1 channel for making money in crypto. Every day we keep you up to date with the latest news, analysis, and we show you how to make money by getting into projects super early. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, hit the bell, and make sure you never miss a thing. Right, let's get into it. Right, so the first thing that I want to talk about is crypto bans will not stop wider adoption. So I saw this article and actually it aligns to a lot of the stuff that we've been saying on the channel, and it goes into some really good detail. So I thought it was definitely worth sort of covering this one and kind of let you guys know what my views and opinions are. Let's get into the article. We'll start here. So whether or not crypto is banned or forbidden to be used in certain jurisdictions will only have a very limited impact on the continued expansion of the space. So, you know, that opening line, completely agree with that. And we've talked about this a lot on the channel. We've seen China sort of talking about banning crypto since like 2013. So this is nothing new. And actually, I question whether the negative news is actually such a bad thing for the space, right? We'll get into that in a little bit more detail as we go through the article. Much of what's been written in the news coming out of mainland China, where once again certain agencies, policymaker making bodies have banned or forbidden certain entities from transacting in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So again, yeah, this is nothing that we haven't seen before. Usual FUD, and obviously we're also seeing them banning mining. This is mainly down to environmental and power consumption concerns in China, rather than the actual cryptocurrency itself. So all we're seeing with this is, I guess, a little bit of short-term pain as some of the miners are having to sell off some of their Bitcoin, which aligns with what we're seeing with the price at the moment, in my opinion, alongside many other factors, right? But they're selling some of their Bitcoin in order to fund moving to other parts of the world where more friendly to Bitcoin miners. And I guess there's a few other benefits that I'd like to sort of cover off here that perhaps isn't covered in this article. Is actually, it's, you know, they're moving to parts of the world where there's an oversupply of green energy, which could be utilized by the miners. So that's fantastic. It will make it more green. But there's also this old sort of argument that has been sort of spun around in certain media outlets that actually Bitcoin is really centralized because all the mining is done, or most of the mining is done, in China. So actually this supports counter argument to that, because actually it's becoming more decentralized as the miners move around the world, different parts of the world, in order to mine with greener energy. So I think this is a good thing. Short-term pain, long-term gain is my view on this. But yeah, something worth adding. I don't feel that the news, and it seems to be articulated in here, the announcements of bans and this FUD type news, negative news, however we want to frame it, the ripple effects of this is not actually that sort of severe as perhaps it has been in the past. And you know, it might seem odd to be discussing price stability as Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies demonstrates significant volatility. So one thing to sort of capture here is actually there's lots of studies that have been done looking at sentiment in the market, be it positive or negative, right? And it's been found so far, and obviously these studies continue. And if you're interested in some of the artificial intelligence stuff that's happening in the space, do check out our 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗕 interview, because we did cover this with Marcelo from 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗕, which was a really interesting interview. And AI is going to be one of those really powerful tools that's utilized in this space moving forward, right? And it's only going to get better as time goes on. So, you know, it's really good to sort of, you know, get a good grasp of what AI is doing in the world, and particularly crypto. But going back to this, negative sentiment or headlines actually doesn't move the price that bad, according to a lot of the studies in the space, surprising. Whereas positive has much more impact on price, obviously, in the upward trajectory, right? But, in this article, they talk about sort of the uncertainty and all that sort of stuff. And the fact that actually negative headlines actually help. And they've given two examples here, and I don't disagree with them. Potentially shaking out some of the more speculative holders and participants. I kind of agree. We've kind of seen that in this big shakeout, as everybody's talking about a bear market when, in actual fact, we don't necessarily align to the status quo on this. Yeah, the market is bearish currently, but we don't think it's a bear market. It's just a phase within a bull market. And we've seen this several times. If you look through the history of Bitcoin, you will see this in the charts. And two, remove some of the ambiguity that can artificially keep prices low. Prime example of this would be the ban on crypto from China, and the impact that's going to have. Actually, it's going to be very minimal, and a lot of the Bitcoin miners are moving around the world, right? So short-term pain, long-term gain, and this artificially keeps the prices low, right? A lot of discussion has been had about how fragile the crypto asset sector is when compared to other markets. Now, Nick and myself, we talk about this on the show quite a lot, that we're really early. It's a really small market. There's actually not a lot of money in crypto when you compare it to some of the other markets out there, right? The next thing that I want to sort of cover here is, again, sort of, it kind of aligns to the last headline, right? Mining Bitcoin could get a whole lot easier after China crypto crackdown. So some key points here. China Bitcoin crackdown intensifies over the weekend, with authorities in hydropower-rich province ordering crypto miners to shut down operations, which we just discussed. According to the report, more than 90% of China's Bitcoin mining capacity is estimated to be shut down. Though it may not be good news for Bitcoin miners in China, others could stand to benefit. And like I say, sometimes negative news has a positive, right? So with the China crackdown on cryptocurrency, it may soon become much easier and more profitable to mine Bitcoin. So a positive. Last month, Beijing called for measures to stomp out Bitcoin mining amid concerns over environmental impact. This has already resulted in crypto miners fleeing China for other regions like North America. China's crackdown intensifies over the weekend, with authorities in the hydro-rich Chinese province ordering crypto miners to shut down their operations. According to reports, more than 90% of Bitcoin mining capacity is estimated to have been closed. Thought that between 65 and 75% of all global Bitcoin mining takes place in China. So this is, again, in my eyes, a positive thing in regards long term for Bitcoin, because it becomes more decentralized, and then it gets rid of that argument that we've seen in the headlines that it's centralized to China. So yeah, good news there. What is Bitcoin mining? I'm not going to really cover that. It's about to get easier. So the total hash rate or processing power of Bitcoin network appears to have gone down sharply in the wake of what's going on in China with the crackdown. In the last month or so, Bitcoin hash rate has gone down from a record 180.7 million terahashes per second, a measure of speed of crypto mining hardware. In mid-May, it was around 116.2 million as of Wednesday, according to the blockchain.com data. Crypto experts say that more Bitcoin mining going offline due to China's restrictions. Other miners share of the network will increase, potentially making mining more lucrative, which again is a positive thing. As more hash rate falls off the network, difficulty will adjust downwards, and the hash rate that remains active on the network will receive more proportional share of the mining rewards. So yeah, that's really interesting. Meanwhile, the network difficulty of Bitcoin, a measure of how hard it is to mine Bitcoin went from a record of 25 trillion in May to 19.9 trillion last week. Mining difficulty is adjusted roughly every 2 weeks, so there is a time lag in the data. So that's again something to be quite clear on. Network difficulty goes down the less mining equipment is online. So again, you know, that's kind of articulated in this article. So overall, I kind of feel like everything that's going on with Bitcoin is a lot of FUD, but I think there's a lot of positives to take from everything here. So I really hope that this video was helpful, informative, and you know, sort of, I don't know, paints you a bit of a picture of where we are and where we're heading, right? Fundamentally, when I look at these projects, I'm more than happy. Nick and myself, we're long-term investors, and we expect things to continue to do well, although the market feels bearish right now. So with all that said, don't forget, you know, to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe, hit that bell, and make sure that you click all notifications so you don't miss a thing. All right, take care, everyone. Bye.